know what we strive to do here at the Tyrone Hour? We strive to bring dignity, power, and class. King, we know we always say class, and we say class is missing. You know, it's like school on Easter. Easter grade come up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
There's
is.
no school, which means there's no class, just like school on Easter. King, I say, man, shout out to some donors this week. Mommy, thank you for the donation. Lionel, thank you for the donation. Man, again, I say, these folks realize, these black folks realize that my show's on Thursday. Y'all remember I ended the show with that before, last show, that, yeah, these good folks realize that black folks have other things going on besides just on Tuesday. Yes, hey, again, I say, guys, thank you, King. Got King, you hosting with me. Thank you, brother.
Not a problem, not a problem.
King, I say, man, you know, I said the show was going to be, what was I said again, King?
You said last of a dying breed or last stand of 300.
I said we the last stand. We the last of the stand. The last upright guys seem like it. Like a lot of guys ain't standing with their head up no more. You know, my buddy always says it all the time. He said that, you know, we far and few now.
Yes.
You know, at one time it was 3-4 of us type guys in a community that kept the community a little straight.
Yeah.
You know, it was, you know, guys that kept their heads up. They had They did little wrong things in the community, King, but they had standards though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had codes. Things you didn't do in certain areas and things of that nature. And Walt talked about this all the time. He said that we far and few, King.
Yes.
And me and you discussed that before, too.
Yes,
that's why we said the last stand of the 300.
Yes, and for those of you who never seen the movie 300, it was basically Spartacus?
Spartans.
The Spartans was backed into a valley, and the leader figured out that, you know, they were going up against 30,000 infantry. Xerxes,
from
Persia.
He had
the Persian army,
everybody.
And basically, they withstood them for I don't know how many days.
They sacrificed themselves.
Yeah, well,
talked about that last week. They took that bullet.
They did, but the only reason why they took it because they had somebody who was a hater in the ranks, as they would say today. Somebody who told them how to flank them.
Flank them, yeah.
But before I get too far into this, I do want to shout out, or at least say thank you to Miss Cheryl Barnett from Harbor Bank. She helped me open up my business account yesterday. And, you know, and it's funny because I went to my bank first, and my bank treated me kind of crazy. And as I was walking in the cold and that blustery wind, I said, you know what? Let me go to Harbor Bank. And for those of you who don't know, Harbor Bank is a 100% black-owned bank.
Yeah.
And they came into existence here in Baltimore in 1981, if I'm not mistaken. And they started with $2.1 million, and to date they have assets of over $321 million. This is a black-owned bank, and I'm sure they can use our community as a galvanizing force to rebuild it, and we should, you know, try to entertain going through those people to get resources because they have it available. And, you know, something that we talked about, we laughed at, when I was over there filling out the thing for my business account, you know, the marijuana business is going to be thriving because every other question on that questionnaire was, are you open up a marijuana? Do you have this? Everything in at least in Baltimore, is centered around the marijuana thing. So, again, those of you who, and again, I'm not trying to, you know, put a deck on anybody. Yeah, but if you go, you get your marijuana cards, understand that you are giving away your rights because the one most important right that you're giving away is your Second Amendment. You will no longer be able
the one they fight for.
You will no longer be able to bear arms. Yes, you can't have a gun. It's illegal for you if you have a weed card.
Well, King, I say, man, this week, King, I did say resolutions, though. The show was, when you said resolutions, you said, well, Ty, say resolutions with a question mark. Juvenile justice, I believe you said.
I said...
or youth justice.
No, youth violence. Yeah. And I have two question marks saying resolution, because resolution means we have there's a fix to this problem.
We have a fix, and there's a fix to problems, King. I don't believe that there's a problem can't be fixed.
Well, theoretically, there isn't. But the problem is that, it goes back to leadership. And who do you have at the top that's pulling those strings that's going to see to it that the things that we need to have or take place are taking place? Yeah. Again, we have an educational system. This is something that they're trying to do now. And within the educational system, the city or the mayor's office want to work with the school system. I want y'all to hear how all of this thing is being put together.
You see the grade?
Yeah, I seen it.
You seen the grade? The poorest school,
zero.
The poorest school in the state of Maryland getting funded the most money.
They're getting funded.
Finally, 88.9, Dr. K, finally you start talking the real stuff over there about what's really going on. Yeah, because you finally start talking about how this lady has gotten all these accolades. Oh, but you didn't want, I ain't talking, this is what she said yesterday, I ain't talking about her, but I'm just saying, no, it's reality. This lady has gotten all these accolades.
Of course.
With a failing grade at its highest level.
Well, that goes to my point.
The highest paid person in the city,
that goes to my point. Because you have the mayor's office, and he's trying to work with the school system to identify problem students and try to intervene in their lives, and as well as even deeper than that. Now they want to take it to the families to find out what's going on in the household and figure out what's going on there. So now they're talking about hiring more restorative practice resource teachers and all kinds of social service people to help out. My thing is, as you know, Ty, they can't even teach the kids, as you just said. We're getting a failing grade all across the board.
All across the board.
With the most funding, and these people.
The most funding.
And these people now want to come into your household and now tell you how to raise your kids when they're teaching your kids how to be degenerates and basically a drag on society.
A drag on society.
I chose my words carefully. Drag on society.
King, I say, man, when we sit back, man, we said, now this, like I said before, I'm listening to all these other people giving this lady accolades. Finally, I'm hearing people telling the truth about the reality of it. The reality of it is that we have a failing grade. Oh, it's because of COVID. It ain't because of COVID.
No, it's not. COVID been over.
It ain't got nothing to do with COVID.
COVID been over for months.
It got nothing to do with COVID. It got nothing to do with COVID. You knew they was going home and they weren't learning. They were just chilling. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. See, there we go getting far-fetched. Oh, no, them kids home. It was some virtual learning.
Yeah, some.
But most of the people were home chilling, being scared about not getting sick. A lot of people just was home.
Yeah.
So I don't, so enough with that. But again, I say the failing grade, King. Wow. King, I said youth justice and youth violence. When I started the show off, we started off talking about that. King, we had another young man shot at a gas station last night. And the thing I say, King, the police hands are so tied from this victimization from our community so much, the police doing so much to us, that they can't even break up a mob of young men no more. That you see get ready to do something crazy.
Well, my question to you, Ty, is why would you if you were a police officer?
Yeah, because I might get in trouble. I might violate one of their rights, and they got guns.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear me?
You know,
This
again,
is
it goes back.
victimization stuff again.
Well,
man.
it goes back to the common
King.
sense thing. We
Common
talk
sense.
about crime bills, and you talk about gun laws. Now, I've been hearing all these gun laws that they're proposing in the state of Maryland. Every law that they have out there is aimed at the law-abiding citizens.
As a law-abiding citizen.
So they're making it harder for the citizens who obey the law to protect themselves, their homes, and their loved ones. They're making it harder. And I'm not going to say they because they consist of the Democrats who are pushing this. Now, I ain't crazy because you have some Republicans that are behind the scenes, but the truth of the matter is it is their bill. And they keep pushing this mess, and at the same time they're doing this and they're restricting our rights. The criminals have all the rights in the world to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, King.
When I renewed my permit to carry,
Yes.
it was like $75.
Yes.
When I renew on 24, it's $175.
It's one set. Yes.
It's $175.
They're trying to, and they're really,
On us.
they're trying to hit your pockets. They're trying to make it
Literally, you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
It's so high, I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
if
wanna do
after
it.
you
$500
paid all that
I
money
do it.
for a gun,
One from around the corner.
you see what I'm saying? After you pay all
I
that
buy one
money
from around the
for,
corner.
say it again,
I
Ty,
buy one
because
from around the
that's the
corner.
common sense that this
My homeboy
administration.
got 6 of them, and he won't sell me
Tell him
one.
again, Ty, because this
He wanted
is,
to give me one
he
for
wanted
free,
to give me one for free.
but I
okay?
wanted to buy that nice
But I'm
one
gonna
here.
buy that nice one from him. Why? Because I can, and it's available.
So there we
See,
go. Then we go again talk about where the guns from.
where the guns are from.
I
See, you playing games. These people fully well and know what's going on.
Yeah.
The more you restrict it and make it harder, the more people are going to go out and obtain it illegally because it's something that they want. People who want guns have them. People who don't want
Don't have
guns
'em.
don't have them.
That's right. They
It
don't.
is just
Very
that
young.
simple.
King, I
Okay?
say this too, King. Let's say this, because we said this a couple shows ago, and I want people to understand. I don't believe that it's the poor and downtrodden that's doing a lot of the violence.
No.
Because we talked about this
We talk-
about 4
yes.
shows ago, and I said
Yes.
that people who are so poor and that so downtrodden according to society, black society, they understand that they don't want to be locked up. Because I ain't going to get bailed out.
That's right.
I ain't going to get no money sent over me to commissary.
No.
So I'm going to obey the rules as best as I
As
can.
best as I can.
This is what poor people do.
This is what poor people do.
So cut it out with that message. You believe that all the violence is coming from some
No, they're
some bad
migrating-
new kids that ain't got
No,
nothing.
they migrating
And
from the
they're
county.
migrating from good homes.
The
And
county.
coming out and getting a chance to air themselves out.
Yeah, see, this is
They
what-
don't know no better.
No, see, Ty, I can't because you that's feeding that
No, I'm
narrative.
talking about the ones that we were talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about those ones that
Oh,
come to the
okay.
city and
Yeah.
create.
They don't know no better.
They really don't know. They just want to come in. They start getting high.
Ty,
Then they
they know
lose all
better.
their wits.
They know better.
They
See,
lose all their wits.
No, they know better. The difference is that when you can come to the city and not get prosecuted for it,
Yeah.
there's a difference of where you commit your crime.
How
Because you
about
see, if you go out Towson,
You go and prosecute.
you go out,
prosecuted.
go out Aberdeen and think that you're just gonna cut up.
Yeah.
You laugh because you know
Mass incarceration.
Rising Sun. No,
Yeah,
I
mass-
think that you're gonna cut up out there if you want to.
That's the new line in
Okay.
That's the new word now and again. They done brought it back up again, King.
And I'm just calling
Prosecution.
these are places here in Maryland.
Yeah.
Go to Allegheny County.
These are
if you
black
think
areas.
that you can do whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You could be the baddest person on
gonna get held.
earth. These places that I just named, if you take your tail there and decide that you want to cut up, they will throw everything under the law, over the law, and through the law at you.
Couple co-workers today wanted to talk about, came to me and said, Ty, man, what this man talking? Now, this is a young man, Coy on the job. He a man that, he really not a political guy.
Yeah.
But this rattled his chain. He said, Ty, what they mean about not locking nobody up for murder until they 25? Now, I got to catch the bus. He want to know, hold up now, this ain't making sense. And then, Tay, I'll tell you, Tay always come up with something. Tay said, Ty, man, he said, well, what is the end result? The The end result there is what you're seeing.
It's
chaos.
Chaos. I've been calling this for years now,
Yes.
Ty. I've been calling. Listen, I've been saying
chaos.
and I want y'all to understand something. You know, y'all hear me on the radio. I'm new to the radio. Ty brought me on out of the graciousness
Thank you,
of
man.
his heart. You know, but I've been banging this since 2016, 2014, 2012, 2010. I mean,
Totally
Ty will
chaos.
tell you, at work, I would be the only one there, going up against the juggernauts, the older fellas who read the paper, who's into this stuff, like Ty is. And I'm holding my own because they were like, nah, Kingsley, you crazy. The things that you saying don't make sense. And then here, how many years later, I'm getting so many phone calls like, Kings, how did you see this?
What is the resolution? That's what
Well,
I'm talking about.
the resolution.
The resolution has to be at some point. You have to say, look, hey man, if you do wrong, this is what's going to happen to you.
Well, according to what they're
So
trying
you're
to.
not saying that?
But see, Todd,
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
keep trying
I'm
to
asking
tell you,
questions.
our problem is, well, see, here's the resolution. We are in modern times. You've heard me say this. We are in modern times.
Yeah.
We come from traditional times.
Yeah.
Our values
Done.
aren't their values. You understand? So the resolution to this is finding people who will resonate with these people with the kind of message that was resonating with us.
Well-
Understanding that, you know what, there's a right and a wrong way to do things. Even if you're doing wrong, there is a right and wrong way to do wrong.
Do you remember, King, a couple years, about 15 years ago, when HIV, 25 years, HIV came out in AIDS and stuff, right? And they started telling everybody to strap up, have safe sex. You know what I mean? Strap up, have safe sex. Make sure that you're having safe sex, protect yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 years later, the same stuff that created that scenario, these group of people are saying, hey man, you have gender freedom. You can sleep on both sides and just openly just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't this almost back to creating that situation almost again? Because
Well,
in actuality, King, I'm talking about this because I read up on that HIV is high again in Baltimore.
Well, Ty, again, I go back to modern versus traditional.
Yeah.
You see, in this modern age, they have a pill for everything. I mean, you cracked me up with the big talk.
Big talk. You know, I told you when I
Yeah,
was a baby,
you know,
I would
and-
break my TV every time it came on. Gee, every time that commercial come on, the
So-
Big Darby commercial, if
so-
I had money, I would break the TV every time. Gah-yah!
But,
Yeah, I would,
this is,
King.
but now you see what I'm saying, modern and traditional.
You right.
See, in modern times,
You right, King.
they're like, oh, we can just take a pill and we're going to be fine, even if you're infected.
But
You
hold
have-
on, King. It didn't say you'd be fine. It
Hold
said you
on,
were high.
hold on. But modern times. See, what you say and what you hear is different because everything is filtered through your feelings.
Yeah,
so
your
it's how they feel
It's
what you
hide,
said.
so I ain't gonna go
So
back.
when they said that,
But
they
I
didn't
got
say
it.
hide. It said they can't pass it.
They can't.
It's going to detect zero.
Yeah, zero when they prep the
So
test.
they wish to play. They wish to do a Russian roulette.
They watered
you know?
down the tests.
Yeah. You know,
Test is
they
watered down,
just,
huh?
as Eddie Murphy said, they just throwing, it's a crap game
It's
now.
a crap game.
So they're back to that. But you see, the bigger picture, what people are not understanding about this, is it all comes back to eugenics. It comes back to population control. The more people that you have not procreating, the more dysfunctional nuclear families that you have, the more that you push this LGBTQ agenda. The more these things are put out there, the less children, quote unquote,
But
are
don't
being
they work
born
like
in the
everybody
world.
else?
Well,
I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you about three questions real fast. Don't they have jobs? Don't they run? Don't these folks from that community? Don't they? They're in charge of places. They running things.
yes,
They have their own businesses, homes, cars,
yes,
organizations.
yes.
So where's this law? What's going on? Where's this extra law they need? Then?
Well, it goes back.
They're ahead of everybody.
Hold on. See, it goes back to the Obama years.
Yeah.
You see, Obama was the one who put that on the forefront.
Yeah.
He was the one who advanced this as an issue.
Yeah.
You know, and
He
those
advanced a lot.
groups picked up on it. Again, overall, you know, he won by such a large margin.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really go back and dissect a lot of his speeches, most of them was about victimhood.
Yeah, victimhood. Yeah, victimhood.
You see what I'm saying?
And it wasn't about black victimhood.
And it wasn't about.
It wasn't about black families.
And this is
victimhood.
where
it
people
was
start.
actually about.
And then see,
It was
I'm
actually about that.
Yeah, and I'm about to say something because this is where
There you go.
me and black people always, you know, butt heads because my thing was, you know, he, just as you said, he wasn't talking to us. And then they come back with, well, he was the president for everybody.
He's
And
a
I was
black
like,
president.
and he, you know, he said that I'm the president for everybody. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I was like, but you know, the things that you advanced, what you ran on and what you did. And then everybody
not how
comes
he
back.
living in his own life.
Right. And then you come back, and then the biggest thing that you hanging your presidency on was universal health care that wasn't universal. I don't know why people don't understand. If health care is supposed to be free, then it's free. You shouldn't have to pay on the back
Something.
end,
Yeah.
and you should be able to choose whatever doctor that you want.
Just walk in.
And that wasn't happening. And what people found out is years later how the Obamacare healthcare system was detrimental to them and their care. And before anybody start calling and talking mess to me, my father is a living testament to it. So I don't need anybody to tell me anything. And long before we got to this part, me and my father butt heads on this issue
King,
about healthcare.
Give me the website real fast, King.
Sure, we're at WFBR1590.weebly, WEEBLY.com. And you can also find us at, you can find us on Rumble and YouTube at K-Thoughts, that's KAETHOUGHTS. You can also find us on our podcast platforms, which is Anchor, and if you have Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Google, you definitely could pick us up there as well. You just type in the Tyrone Hour, and it will pop up, and you should be able to view your shows. I will be uploading some of our past shows that we had, as well as the new ones that we currently are shooting.
Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, bro, I'll tell you what, man. You know how I say I'm a dinosaur with the joint. And I'm on the TV the other day, and you knew I had to be excited because I called you as soon as I caught the show. The Tyrone Hour is on TV, guys. Wow. It's on TV. It's on television. I watched it on my television. That's TV. That's TV. You know what I mean?
Listen,
TV is TV.
and again, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, I'm taking all the credit for it. You know, I got a young brother that helps me out tremendously.
John, you can't. Thank you, man.
Hold on, 'cause I gotta give him his flowers. Brother Christopher Hawkins, you know, he's helped me out, showed me a lot, and you know, in effect, when I start mentally imploding, I just give the brother a shout, and next thing I know.
Well, like I said, wow, King, I watched me and you and Gene on television the other day. Wow. Hey, I tell you that was everything, man. I called you and I was excited about that, man. You know, things are going up, man. You know, now we just get some people to prescribe to that thing, man, and
well, we need some sponsors. You know, Harbor Bank.
Yeah, again, I say, you know, to my black folks, you know, to
Jumbo
that
Island.
say only shop on Tuesday. Yes. See, again, I say, man, you know, hey, man.
I'm gonna ask Miss Suze about that.
What?
You know, I'm real good friends with Kathy Hughes.
Oh, okay.
You know, they have that commercial about shopping on shopping on Tuesday. I'm gonna ask her about shopping on Tuesdays when people don't have no money.
I mean, because usually we go out on Fridays and Saturday mornings to go really shopping to the markets and things like that. That's when we would shop at the black people joint when we got money. You send me there on Tuesday. All I'm gonna get is a soda and look at the menu.
I When I ask her, I'm gonna tell y'all what she said.
No, yes. I would love to hear what she had to say, though, G.
Tell her I said hello.
Tell her said hello, G, from the Tyrone Hour now. Hey, we would really love to link up with her. Hey, but I tell you, King, you know, I sit back, King, and I said, man, that we watched with the, I said what Corey and them on the job was talking about the Indian guy who's the youth director of Maryland. The guy who says that you should not be arrested for murder even at the age of 25. This is insanity. And I mean, good people who are not, who live in these communities saying, hey, man, stuff is getting ready to go crazy on Ricestown Road, on Park Heights, on Monument Street, East Baltimore. Hey, things is getting ready to go crazy. That means that I can openly say, they're already openly slinging, right? They're already openly slinging. The police right there, they slinging right there. Now, you didn't just took off the police can't even get out the car. I mean, what's the need of getting out the car for?
You need to call him by names. Who is this guy? His name is Vincent Romaldi.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Vincent Romaldi, whatever his name
something
is.
like that. Sorry for butchering your last name.
Yes.
But Mr. Vincent, who's out of New York and out of Washington, D.C., he's did a fabulous job of ruining their juvenile system, and they've done nothing but confirm that we will have a horrible juvenile system.
I spoke this show into existence. I don't know if you remember on the job, and I kept saying, hey, boy, you're going to have the Tyrone out one day. I spoke the show in existence.
Yeah.
I really did. On that job, I spoke this into existence, and it happened.
Yeah.
I'm speaking my manship into existence.
Well, again.
Right? Because we need somebody to go down there, man, and really, King, say yes and no to some things, King.
Well, again.
If I'm my brother's keeper, I'm going to tell you no, it don't make sense.
But okay, Ty, but here's the problem. Everybody is agreeing with one another, so everybody's in the same echo chamber.
Again.
So there's nobody's there pushing back with counter ideas. Because here's the thing, if you've never negotiated with a far left, a progressive, let me tell you what negotiating is. It's their way or no way.
No way.
That's it.
No way.
There's no other. There's no room for negotiating. There's no room for any type of comprehensive understanding.
Yeah, but let me tell you something comical though, King. You know how politicians, when they get in office and they do something, and they hang their head on that's their legacy idea, and they finally got it through.
Yeah.
You know how politicians say to build a bridge or a hospital. This man literally hanging his head on the bike lanes. That's his ultimate accomplishment since he's been down there.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The one that created the bike lanes.
I don't know who did that.
I forgot his name. It's not Izzy. It's not Izzy Stiles. One of them down there, right?
Zeke Cohen?
They came up with the bike lanes. But my point is, he's hanging this is a major accomplishment for him.
It's not. And
all the murders, all the stuff. He put up a bike lane that you don't see no bikes in.
Hold on, Ty, because again, this is, here's what happened. They took a trip to D.C., and they saw how D.C. had bike lanes and how D.C. put things in. But you see, this is the difference between Baltimore and D.C.
Yeah.
D.C. is not so much of a copycat city.
Yeah.
They set standards and things up for themselves.
Yes.
So this bike lane has always been there. It's the same route that the daggone Metro bus used to travel, and they would have the arrows on the street. What they've done is now they've basically segregated it because they're trying to reduce the population, all the traffic that's going on there, because D.C. is like mini New York. There's a lot of people commuting in from the surrounding areas.
And they ride bikes.
And what they do is they rent the bikes, they ride them, or
we don't do that here.
Or they have gentrified D.C., and those people that have moved in, they ride bikes, have the little Teslas and the other hybrid cars.
At a light, and it was 10 guys on a bike going to work. You've never seen it in Baltimore.
Well, there's nothing in Baltimore. All you gotta do is drive downtown. I mean, I've been downtown all this week looking. You know, again, I tell you, it's just shocking to me that the city is, is still thriving. The only thing that I could think of that keeps the city going is the fact that they set you up to get a whole lot of parking tickets here in Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
And
The NBA get you
the property
what?
tax.
The NBA.
Yeah.
NBA, man, they almost. They like what they come for you, boy. They
Yeah,
come for you. King, I tell you, King. I said, man,